Hello, and here is a quick how-to for one of my viewers. She was asking about how to make a ceiling rose mould. Now, I've made my own ceiling roses for a little while, and you can make moulds from anything you're comfortable using. I know people that use it's that stuff that goes around the baths, that the white stuff, the mastic, is it? They use that, cork or whatever, they use that. I prefer to use whatever's easier, depending on what I'm making. So I was out and about at a car boot sale. I love car boot sales, they're brilliant. And I found this, and it's a back for, I don't know, some sort of handle or something, isn't it? You know, like, you know, you put it there. I think the handle would have linked onto that somehow, like maybe a ring bit or something, I'm not sure. Anyway, found that and I thought, oh, that'd be a brilliant ceiling rose, because you can buy them, but it's more fun making your own, I think, and they're going to be unique because nobody's going to have one exactly like yours, and that's what I like. So yeah, I found this lovely brass little fitting. I thought, right, I'll have a go. It's quite old as well. It's quite thin, so I thought, oh, I should be able to make a mould out of it. So that's where white morph comes in. Now, white morph is they're like little plastic pellets, and when you put them in hot water, they melt. Now they go into, you pour some in, you get a jug of hot water, as hot as you can cope with. I use boiling, and I let it cool a bit and then I use it. So it's just hotter than hot. I use boiling water, and I put boiling water in a jug and I pour some of these pellets in, and it makes a gloop. Like they all melt and make like, it looks like sticky toffee, like melted toffee on the bottom of the jug. So then I get a spoon and I spoon out the gel that it's formed out of the water and onto a surface, and I let that cool for just a second or two. Squish it about, flatten it down, and then you've got to quickly put that on. So this is what it was. It was a big blob of the stuff. It starts clear, but then it dries white, and then it's quite good, actually. It's quite good. I mean, you can see through it, but it's quite solid. So anyway, get your melted pellets in a blob on a surface and push what you want to mould into it. Push it down, leave it till it just starts going a little bit stiffer, because you can feel it. You won't be able to move your item as much. It just gets a bit sticky, and then slowly remove it. And then you'll be left with this lovely, you can see it there on the camera. I know it's hard to see with the light, with it being white as well. But yeah, you can just about make out. And it's even got the little detail there, the little dots and things. So once it's cooled, and you've got to let it cool completely, use, now I don't know whether you can use UV in it. I wouldn't have thought you could. But I mean, I suppose you could test it on something, on a little bit, but I haven't used UV resin or anything in them. I've used clay, and I got my clay, pressed it into the mould, brought it out, and I use air dry clay. I cut off the excess, sanded the edges, and then I painted a nice thin coat, well, a couple of thin coats of white acrylic paint. Now, if you've ever been to these stately homes where they have these ceiling roses on the ceiling, the original roses are not straight. They're wonky, the paint's a bit thin, you know, they're a bit unique, and air dry clay makes that happen, because it shrinks, it moves, it, you know, it does its own thing a little bit, and it just gives you that bit of character, and that's what I was going for with these. I wanted them to look old. I didn't want them to look like new reproductions that are absolutely perfect. I want them to be a bit quirky, and that's what these are. So I was really pleased with that. So from this to this, and then squished into that, I got that. And of course you can paint them all different colours. I've done a few in different colours. Bear with me a second. I've used some unfortunately, but I did this one in white and gold and just highlighted little bits in gold. And like I said, perfectly wonky, lovely. I did actually make some smaller ones out of another bit of brass that I found at a car boot sale, and I've put holes in these so I can thread the lights through, and I just used my little handheld screwdrivery thing, so I can put the dollhouse lighting through. Oh, you'll have to excuse me, I do have flu and it is a nightmare, but I've always got some cold or something, haven't I? So that's that with that. So this stuff is called White Morph. I got it off Amazon. I can't remember how much it was. The price does go up and down, I found though, because when I looked at it a while ago and then come back to it, the prices just keep going up and down. But it's really, really easy to use. I am buying a new moulding set, and it should be here either today or tomorrow. I've got a big commission coming on and I need to make some moulds, so I've ordered this new stuff, and I think I'll film it and show you how I use it and stuff, so you can see, because obviously, you know, I can't make another one of these currently because I've only got a few of them left. But something I will tell you is that when you finish with your mould, say if like I've used that, I don't want to use it anymore, you know, I'm a bit bored with it, I'll do something else. You can put that into hot water and that will melt again, just like it did when it was in pellet form. It'll melt again. It's clever stuff. It is brilliant. Give it a go. If you're new to making moulds, give it a go. It's really good. It's good fun. Not for kids. Absolutely not for kids. Because of obviously the hot temperature you have to work at first. But once the mould's there, I mean, the kids could play with it with Play-Doh or something like that. You know, if mums and dads made the mould, then Play-Doh, plasticine, all that, you could definitely use in there. What I tend to use is a bit of corn flour on a brush, and I just brush the corn flour into the mould, and then I put my clay or whatever I'm using on top and pull it out with the impression. That corn flour just stops anything sticking. That's what I use. You could use, I suppose, I bet you could use talcum powder. Any fine powder works. I wouldn't recommend oils, things like that, because it will affect your painting. Whereas corn flour, you can just brush it off when you've finished. So that is it. Give it a go. Give it a go. I hope that was enough for you. As I say, I've not got really enough. I need to keep this mould, so I don't want to melt that down. I've not got quite enough there to do another, because it is, you'd be surprised how much you use actually. I mean, for that I must have used nearly half a bag on that one, and this is only a small bag. You can get bigger bags, but I found them to be quite expensive. But the product itself is absolutely brilliant. If I could afford more, I would get more. But currently I can't. So yeah, would I buy it again? Definitely. And yeah, as I say, when you've had enough of them, you melt them down, reuse it. So give it a try. Give it a try. It's White Morph. It's made by Thermoworks. Like I said, I got it off Amazon, and this was a 100-gram bag. You'd be surprised how much you use. But I've made several moulds with this stuff, and I'm really, really happy with it. At first I was a bit scared of using it because I've never used it before, and I thought, oh god, how hard can that be? So what I recommend is when you first get it, just get a small little cup of hot water, and you just use a little bit, just use a few balls of it, put that into the hot water, get it out, and just have a go with it, move it around, see how it feels, see if it's any good for you, because every material is different to every crafter. I can use foam like this, my favourite foam here. I can use this and I absolutely love it. I know some people that really struggle with it, but there's many materials that I really struggle with as well. So you'll find as you go along making your own things, you will find materials that you like to use yourself, that you know you're comfortable with using. So give it a try. As I say, start with a small bag like I did, before you go and buy tons of it, because you might not like it. You might find it's no good for the material you're using. As I say, I found with air dried clay it's fine. I haven't tried it on Fimo. What I would be careful of is with Fimo and all that kind of thing, with Sculpey and that, because it's quite a fine material, it might snag on certain details. I mean, like here, it's quite a deep edge going in there, quite a deep recess, and I'm not sure whether Fimo would get stuck in there, but I mean, give it a try. As I say, I would use corn flour again, put, you know, enough in to give it a good dusting, put a bit on your Fimo and push it in, see how you get on. But I hope this was helpful. I will definitely make a video of the other moulding kit that I've got coming, that should be here either today or tomorrow. So if it comes tonight, I will do a video in the morning for you, and I will upload that tomorrow night, I think, because I am just chocker with work at the moment, which I'm not complaining. I love it. Best job in the world. But yeah, I'm just trying to squeeze these videos in as well, because you know, I really do enjoy making videos. And I think if you watch my earlier videos from the start, it was I've improved a bit. I mean, it takes me a while, but I've improved a bit, I think. So yeah, have a look at the old ones and then come back to this one and see and tell me what you think. Plus, as well, and excuse my sniffling, tell me where I can improve. I'm always up for learning. Always up for learning. So thank you for watching. I hope it was helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye now.